Some people never raise their voice, even during collapse, even during betrayal, even during endings. You think that means strength. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it means something darker. Because calm people are not peaceful. Not always. Some became calm through exhaustion, through repetition, through disappointment, through learning dangerous lessons, early lessons. Nobody should learn young, like this one. Emotions make people leave. Neediness creates punishment. Visibility attracts pain. So they adapted quietly, elegantly. They became difficult to read. You know someone like this. Maybe someone at work. Maybe someone you loved. Maybe yourself. The strange thing about them is how still they look. Like nothing reaches them anymore, but stillness can lie. A still ocean still drowns people. Adam, 41, Phoenix Night Security Supervisor. Divorced, 1 son. Sleeps 4 hours nightly, never misses shifts. Last December. His father died suddenly. Everyone watched Adam organize everything. Hospital papers, phone calls, funeral arrangements, food for relatives, parking for guests. His younger brother collapsed crying. Adam held his shoulders gently, then walked outside alone. 3 minutes later, he returned completely composed. People called him strong afterward, reliable, stable. What nobody noticed was Adam biting his tongue, bleeding inside the parking lot, trying not to disappear mentally. Because long ago, Adam learned emotional reactions change nothing. His mother drank heavily growing up. Every night felt unpredictable. Every sound meant something dangerous. Cabinets closing too hard, footsteps moving too quickly, silence lasting too long. Children raised inside instability become students of human behavior. They study breathing patterns, facial tension, door movements, voice changes, not from curiosity, from survival. People call this emotional intelligence. Sometimes it is surveillance. Sometimes awareness develops through fear. A child notices everything dangerous, then never stops noticing, even decades later. That becomes exhausting eventually. But dangerous exhaustion. Because nobody recognizes it externally, they praise it instead. They reward emotional invisibility constantly. You become mature, wise, grounded, dependable. Meanwhile, your nervous system stays armed forever. Dr. Stephen Porges studied this directly. His polyvagal theory shows how bodies lock into threat states early, then treat safety as suspicious. The nervous system learns one setting: stay ready, stay scanning, stay defended, even when danger left years ago. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk spent 30 years documenting this. People who survive emotional instability, young, do not simply grow out of it. Their bodies keep the memory long after the mind moves forward. That is the trick. Your body survives environments. Your body never receives proof. Survival finally ended, so calm people keep scanning rooms, even safe rooms. Especially safe rooms, because safety feels unfamiliar sometimes. And unfamiliar things feel threatening. That realization changes people. Especially this part, some emotionally calm people do not feel peaceful internally, they feel absent. There is a difference. Peace feels alive. Absence feels numb. One opens slowly over time. The other disconnects you quietly. Many people confuse both experiences because numbness looks functional externally. You still work, still answer messages, still attend birthdays, still smile appropriately. But internally, something stopped arriving. Fully. Joy feels distant. Excitement feels rehearsed. Affection feels delayed somehow. You start observing your life instead of living it. That is why calm people often feel impossible to know. They mastered emotional concealment early, not emotional expression. Nobody taught them emotional safety, only emotional management that creates adults who look composed yet remain unreachable internally. Some people call that discipline. Others call it stoicism. Sometimes it is grief wearing expensive clothes. Here is the uncomfortable truth: the calmer someone appears, the more carefully you should listen. Because some people mastered silence. After learning honesty, changed nothing that changes human beings permanently. Especially during relationships, someone tries loving them sincerely, patiently, carefully. Yet something strange happens. The calm person slowly disappears emotionally, not physically. Emotionally. Their body remains present. Their nervous system leaves first. You can see it sometimes. Eyes losing warmth gradually, responses becoming measured, distance, replacing spontaneity. Not because love disappeared, because closeness activated old alarms. That is the tragedy nobody discusses. Protection mechanisms do not disappear automatically. They outlive danger constantly. The wall remains standing afterward, even when enemies vanished years earlier, and walls cannot distinguish threats properly. They block pain, then accidentally block tenderness too. That becomes devastating privately, because emotionally calm people often feel lonely around everyone, even loved ones, especially loved ones. Real intimacy requires emotional visibility. Visibility feels dangerous to them, so relationships become performances eventually, controlled, measured, and safe. But emotionally starving underneath. Some people spend entire relationships translating themselves carefully, reducing emotional needs strategically. Pretending distance feels natural. Pretending detachment feels empowering. Pretending silence equals peace. Until one terrifying realization arrives. You no longer know yourself emotionally, only your defenses. That line destroys people internally, because it feels true immediately. You built survival behaviors so successfully, they became your personality. Eventually, not reacting became identity. Not needing became identity. Not asking became identity. Soon, nobody recognizes your pain anymore, including you. That is why emotionally unreadable people can become terrifying socially, not through aggression, through asymmetry. Other people reveal themselves first, reveal insecurities first, reveal emotions first. Meanwhile, the calm person watches quietly. Unreadable people control social tension naturally because mystery creates psychological imbalance. Humans fear hidden intentions instinctively, especially emotionally expressive humans, that create strange power dynamics. People begin projecting onto calm individuals intelligence control, confidence, wisdom. Sometimes none are actually present. Only emotional restriction. Made aesthetically convincing, some people seem evolved emotionally when actually they stopped expecting comfort. That difference matters deeply because hopelessness can imitate wisdom externally. Listen carefully here. This may be the most dangerous part. Some calm people accepted disappointment permanently. Not consciously, biologically. Their nervous systems stopped anticipating rescue, stopped anticipating understanding, stopped anticipating softness, so they stopped reacting externally. Because internally, they already predicted abandonment beforehand. That creates terrifying resilience and terrifying loneliness simultaneously. People admire emotionally calm individuals constantly without understanding the price paid. The price was spontaneity. The price was emotional safety. The price was being fully known. Sometimes the calmest person inside rooms feels emotionally homeless privately. Nobody notices because functionality hides suffering beautifully, especially masculine suffering, especially quiet suffering, especially intelligent suffering, and intelligent suffering becomes sophisticated eventually. It learns elegant language, elegant routines, elegant detachment, until sadness no longer resembles sadness. It resembles composure instead. That is why progress becomes difficult later. You cannot address what appears functional. You cannot explain invisible exhaustion properly. People only see reliability externally, not survival internally. So emotionally calm people continue performing stability long after collapse already happened privately. Then one day something strange happens. Someone asks sincere questions gently. Questions nobody asked before. Why are you always controlled? Why do you disappear emotionally? Why does vulnerability frighten you? And suddenly the calm person feels exposed. Not because questions were cruel, because somebody finally noticed the armor. That moment changes people sometimes, not always. Some continue hiding forever. Some become quieter with age. Some confuse emotional distance with maturity permanently. But others finally understand something important. Their calmness was never personality, it was adaptation. Survival repeated long enough until it became identity. That realization hurts deeply. Because now another truth appears. You were never hard to love. You were hard to reach. There is a difference. And maybe that changes everything. Or maybe it changes nothing. Maybe some people remain calm forever. Not because peace found them. Because silence became safer than hope. Because distance became easier than disappointment. Because unreadable people rarely get hurt publicly. Only privately, only quietly. Only every single day. Some people spend entire lives becoming calm without realizing they were only becoming harder to find. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with your chaotic friends, and comment below which type of calm you think you are. Stay chill and see you in the next.